Hi! So, this is going to be a little more slapdash than your usual for a YouTube video. I've been wanting to make this for a while, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. If there are three things that furries like, it's fursuits, dancing, and countdown videos. Yay! So, I've seen a lot of people who have posted their favorite fursuit dancers videos, or best fursuit dancers. I've seen a variant of it, fursuit dance groups, things like that. This video is a little more personal to me. It is my favorite fursuit dancers, but from the perspective of those who have influenced and inspired me the most. So these are dancers who have basically, in some way, influenced the direction I take my dance. First of all, rules. Now, these people I'm about to mention are not allowed on the list because they are people who I have worked with frequently in the past, or who I have, you know, feelings for, or they're just, you know, too close to me that I don't think I can make an unbiased opinion on their dancing. But those people get this little segment. Those people are Zug Zug the furry. Zug Zug and I are a thing, so I do not feel it fair for me to analyze his impact on my life as a dancer, because let's put it as plain and simple, he would be number one on this list. Here's the reason why. He was the person who showed me dancing doesn't have to be about making the biggest bass drop you can imagine. Many dancers, when they're first starting out, they just want to make the biggest drop when the bass goes. And I was like that myself. I wanted to hit that bass harder than anyone ever could, so you would have to slap your grandmother afterwards because of how sick it was. And what happens when you do that? You get the audience to cheer, and that's the best part, getting the audience to cheer. Now, Zug Zug brought me into a more contemporary style, which I really appreciate because I felt like I could channel more emotion that way. So Zug Zug is exempt. Another few that are exempt are obviously my Play Pause Rewind crew members, which would be Owen Shepard, Bemani, 12, Quickstrike, and Tahoe Wolf. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's dive right into my top 10 fursuit dancers that have inspired me the most. Remember, these are all my opinions, this is my video, and I am a weasel. Bring the egg. Now! Number 10. Number 10 is Darky Pup. So I have for number 10 a dancer that has been in the fandom for a very long time and has influenced a lot of young dancers to start getting up and dancing. He's done panels, he's done skits, he's done plays, he's performed in many, many fursuit dance comps. Darky Puppy. Darky Puppy is an anomaly because working with him in the past, he is a person who doesn't stick to one group or crew. He rather lends his ability and his skill set to those groups and those crews. Darky Puppy is a person who knows how to get things done and has a very good mentality for making sure those things get done. He was a pleasure to work with for FWA 2015, for Fur World Order, just because of how together he was and how exacting he was with getting things done. He knew how to make things come together. He has an ability to create and a vision for performance. My favorite performance of his, I would have to say, I'm not sure of the year or the convention. I'd have to obviously look that up. It's the one where he danced to Already Home by A Great Big World. My favorite group performance from him, I would have to say there's a tie here, probably a three-way, where You Guys, Piece de Resistance, and I forgot what the name of it was, the name of the group was, I think it was Two Good Boys or something, at IFC last year, when he danced with Arcturus. So Darky Puppy, number 10. Number 9. This next individual is someone you may not have heard of yet. However, They have won 3 dance competitions, and they're less than half my age. Number 9 is Neko. So I found out about Neko through Twitter when somebody had tweeted that the winner of the PersonaCon dance competition was 11 years old. I'm not kidding. This is the youngest dance competition winner in the history of the furry fandom, considering any major fursuit dance competition we have. And she has also won a Floor Wars. I forget where, but she has won a Floor Wars as well. And she's a beast. The way she isolates and the way she is able to move her entire body through each motion, make it connect, legs, transitioning up to arms, just the amount of power behind all her moves. And she has a maturity to her dance that a lot of dancers, even my age, don't have. She has this sense of tempo, this sense of rhythm, hitting these little minuscule background beats and just really making everything stick the landing, no matter what the song you give her. Take her kerfuffle from the 6th edition, for example. This was probably my favorite performance of hers, where she danced to a Five Nights at Freddy's song and absolutely knocked it out of the park. She is absolutely incredible. If you don't know about her, please go check her out. Neko Frostfang on Twitter. She is a very, very sweet individual. I've talked with her many, many times, and she is just an all-around amazing dancer, doing some amazing things. I can't imagine how good she's going to be when she gets to my age. Number 8. So, I'm just watching MFF Floor Wars on a live stream when all of a sudden, holy shit, he did a backflip! Number 8 is Yuki. This individual inspires me to push my limits because I am a little bit of a chubby boy and I want to get limber and small so I can do flips and spins and fly around the stage and be a dumb weasel, basically. Yuki is not of this planet, I don't think. I found out about this individual through the Dancer Fur chat. He kind of came out of nowhere and all of a sudden just started posting videos of himself practicing, and his liquid was really, really beautiful. And I'm a liquid-based dancer. So Yuki impressed me right off the bat with his isolations, his putting, and his very creative use of liquid in his style. And I, of course, love anyone that can emulate Marquise Scott. So there's that as well. My favorite performance that I've seen by him is probably any of his kerfluffle battles, seriously. But then again, you also have his Floor Wars. I cannot pick one performance by Yuki I like the most. Yuki is just amazing to watch, period. Number 7. Number 7 on this list is Doryuu. This is a dancer that goes back into the day a little bit. This Shepherd is as energetic and charismatic as he is a beast on the dance floor. But on top of that, he is also such a sweet person to talk to. He is one of the most encouraging, empowering people you could meet. When you get to meet him face to face and you tell him you love him as a dancer, he's one of those people that will blush and hug the hell out of you and say, "Oh my gosh, thank you." He's one of those people. And that's what I love about him the most, is just his charisma and his ability to push a good vibe from the dancer for a community. But apart from that, his dancing is just so solid. His dancing, he's danced to a lot of very creative, but also out of the box songs. He is the one to do dubstep correctly. What I admire the most about Doryuu is his use of levels. Doryuu is never in one position for very long. He will go up, then down, then up, then down, then middle, then all around. He never stays in one position. He is very dynamic to watch on the stage. He never gets boring, and you can never get tired of his performances. Doryuu Shepherd is amazing. He is my 7th most inspiring fursuit dancer. Number 6. So number 6 is a tie. And I generally won't tie things like this. However, you'll understand why when I tell you who it is. Because they are both at this position on the list for the same reason. Number 6 is Gale and Strobes. Yeah, so this pick is on a more deep personal level. Strobes and Gale are both amazing dancers. Both incredible. Strobes has this very precise, very crisp popping style, and old school popping, mind you, which I have mad respect for. And Gale just has this energy and this passion, and she has an ability to woo a crowd and get a crowd pumped. So both of them belong here, not just for their dancing though. I would say I have a lot of favorite performances by both of them, but the main reason they are on this list is definitely because they are the most encouraging force for the progression of the Dancer for community. They are positive, respectful, and very well put together individuals that tell you how it is, but also tell you what you need to hear. And not just in the way of critique. I'm gonna get a little bit sappy and sentimental here. FWA 2016, after I performed and was heading back to my hotel room, Gale pulled me aside and told me how amazed and thrilled she was of how far I've come in the few years I've been doing dancing at this point. She literally showered me with compliments until I cried. I am not kidding. You can ask her yourself. And Strobes and I shared a moment at FWA this past year, 2018, after Play Pause Rewind performed. Strobes came over and hugged me and held me close and said, "You deserve this." And when someone tried to come over and get a picture with Strobes, he was like, "Hold on, we're having a moment," in the most sassy way you can imagine. It was hilarious, but at the same time, it also meant a lot, and that's literally the kind of person both Gale and Strobes are, is they are encouraging people. They're the kind of people that will get people to come and try out, because they are encouraging, positive individuals, and they are amazing people. I've gotten to speak with them so many times, and it's just a blessing to have people like that in our community. Gale and Strobes, 6th place. So the following 5 are dancers that have performances up on YouTube that I have watched and rewatched and rewatched. These are the 5 that have influenced and inspired me the most, from inspiring entire dance competition sets that I've made, to inspiring a style change, to just inspiring me to keep pushing. These are the 5 that I have taken the most from and emulated the most. Starting with number 5. Number 5 is It. Number 5 is a dancer that I'm surprised does not get more love and attention, because he is phenomenal. I don't know what convention it was, but there was a performance that was so energetic, beautiful, and precise by It that blew my mind, completely knocked my socks off. However, that is not my favorite performance by It. This is one that not a lot of people will remember. Back when BLFC was pretty small. This was a Nightcore version, pitched down, of Sam Smith's Make It To Me, danced completely interpretive as a tribute and an exhibition piece for his sister. This was the performance that absolutely tugged at my heartstrings. I felt every emotion, I felt every little bit of passion behind this performance, and my favorite thing about It is his ability to channel that emotion, to channel a mood, and to channel that through body movement. And not just, you know, simple body movement like I'm sad, I'm happy. Actual dynamic, beautiful, and flowing body movement. And even when he's doing his higher energy stuff, he is always so on point and so in tune with the message he's trying to get across. BLFC 2015, though, will go down as one of my all-time favorite dance competition entries that I've ever seen. It's probably well up there into my top 10 of those as well. I might make a video of those as well at some point, but it, along with some influence from Zug Zug, got me wanting to do just straight up interpretive pieces, which this dance directly influenced. BLFC 2017 and Megaplex 2017 for me, it's responsible for that. So if I made you cry, it's not my fault. It's its fault. Blame it. Number 4. Number 4 is an individual that has come out of nowhere in the last couple of years and has now won, I believe, 5 dance competitions. You probably know who I'm talking about now. Beta Monkey. Beta Monkey is somebody who is so buttery smooth and so crisp and precise with everything. The way he moves is so clean and there's no jitter. That's the one thing I've always admired about him is when something locks, it locks. There's almost as if there's no recoil. There's almost as if there's no force being put into it, no effort being put into it. Everything just sticks. And that's what I admire the most about him is his ability to make things look so clean, yet the choreography is not that particularly complex. Some of his moves, admittedly, are very complex. Some of his moves take years of training. However, the thing I admire about Beta Monkey is simple and clean. You don't have to be overly complex. You don't have to think these giant thoughts every time and have these giant ideas. I could probably take a word of advice from him. But Beta Monkey's ability to channel dance as an art and as something that doesn't need to be overly complex really resonates with me. He stunned me with this performance that is one of my all-time favorite solo performances I have ever seen in the furry fandom.
Thought I needed to go, didn't know I needed you so, but I don't want to be away from you. She'd never gone away from you.
Beta Monkey shocked me with this performance at ANE this past year. It was a beautiful, put together story in a 2-minute dance to an honestly amazing song by Gil Chang. This performance made me pull for Beta Monkey more and more because this was something that hit home and resonated with me as a dancer because this is the dancer I had become at this point. This is the dancer that I wanted to emulate. This was a very mature, very well thought out, and very put together piece of art on stage, which made me want to keep pushing myself to take a simpler approach and take an effort to clean up my move. This is why Beta Monkey is 4th place on my list. Number 3. Number 3 is an odd one that only dancers who have been in the community for at least 4 or 5 years now have probably ever heard of. The last time I ever saw Mozee perform in person was at Anthrocon 2013 Floor Wars, which just so happened to be the first ever dance event I competed in the furry fandom. However, this is a dancer I had been watching for the previous years as well. And, I mean, they're an otter. I have to pull for a weasel. Number 3 is Mozee. This individual I have been compared to numerous times. I have been told you dance and look like Mozee. And I just sit here like, you got it right. You're not wrong. So, Mozee as an individual, I never honestly got to meet the guy, and that's honestly the saddest part, is I don't know what kind of person he is. From what I've talked with him over Messenger, he seems really nice. But Mozee as a dancer, oh boy. Mozee has to be very conditioned because there is power, speed, and precision. Mozee is one of those dancers that likes to hit every single beat he can and dances to glitch, which I admire because not a lot of people can dance to glitch. You have to study the song because the tempo is all over the place. There's no real tempo when it comes to glitch. That's why Mozee is just amazing. Take his MFF 2012 dance competition entry, which is the last and I believe only time I ever saw him compete live. He was dancing to some very unusual music you don't see. Bibio, Anything New, has now become one of my jams. One of the songs I go back to when I want a challenge, when I want to practice and get better with the popping and the dime stops and all those kinds of things. And Mozee, I don't think I can ever emulate that level of dime stopping. Number two. Number two is an individual that has made a very, very big splash in the dancer first scene over the last 3 years. And it might just give you nightmares.
Miss Livingston, this is an adult human being inside of an animal costume. I'm a trigender pyrofox.
I've never seen a bad performance from Dox. I have liked certain performances from Dox better than others, but I have never seen a bad performance from Dox. Dox is an absolutely fabulous person who not only can channel this amazing liquid form, but can also combine it with tutting, with, in some instances I have seen him popping, in some instances I have seen him crumping. He is a very aggressive and very passionate dancer who has learned a lot of what he does, not just in the dancer first scene. Because this guy has been with me at World of Dance, and this guy has been to many dance events across the country, and he is a beautiful individual. And honestly, he is a very, very sweet, insightful, and wonderful person to talk to outside of the convention space and furry fandom as well. Me and him have met up and talked multiple times, and he is just an all-around nice guy that honestly is just passionate about what he does. If there is a style I wish to emulate the most, it would be Dox's, because Dox has the ability to integrate liquid with about 3 other styles and do it seamlessly. Not to mention, oh, that bone breaking. Oh, that bone breaking. I have a few honorable mentions I would like to get through before I announce number 1. So... I've been beside number 1. Anybody who has known me for an extensive period of time knows this about me. Atsu Fawx is my favorite fursuit dancer. He has inspired me the most because he was the first one to inspire me. At Anthrocon 2012 watching live, he was the dancer that honestly made me think, huh, I really think it would be such a magical thing to be able to do that. So I went home and I studied his performance, and I watched performances he had done in the past and thereafter, and learned from them. I came back a year later and tried out. I came back a year later to Fur Fest, and I made the cut for the finals, and he was the first person to come out and congratulate and hug me.
Just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define.
Atsu Fawx is a person who speaks with his body. He channels his emotions through dance in such a smooth and suave way, but with also a little bit of a grit to it. I mean, FWA 2016 is a fantastic example that Atsu Fawx can be a little raunchy at times, but he is my favorite fursuit dancer, and he is the one who has inspired me the most, and he is a beautiful individual that I am honored to call a friend. And that's my list. I apologize if some of your favorites didn't make the list, but make your own. I want to see more lists like these. Anyways, I made a video that's not a dance video. I'm so proud of myself. Bring me egg. Bye!